Hello everyone, welcome back to Cyberwhale, and I hope you all are doing well. As I stated in the previous video, that we will be discussing about the Pegasus spyware, and if you want to know more about the Pegasus spyware, then you should stay tuned. And here we are today back again for this particular session that is regarding the Pegasus spyware itself, but the part 2 of Pegasus spyware, in which we are basically going to discuss about the detection and the protection of from this Pegasus spyware, that how we can detect and protect our system from the Pegasus spyware. So you might be thinking that, oh, why do we need all this stuff and why should we know about this Pegasus spyware detection and protection things? So guys, as we know that Pegasus spyware is like a very harmful kind of spyware or malicious intent provided or done from by the terrorists, or you can say the cyber attackers, or you can say the hackers or someone like that, who have malicious intent and have the unethical means to or extract information from your devices. So as we know that detection and protection against Pegasus spyware, against this spyware, is little bit more challenging than other spywares or threats or attacks and why so? It is because of its stealthy nature and zero click exploits. That means it is because of its stealthy nature, as we discussed in the previous video. In the stealthy nature means, guys, that persists it keeps on persisting and it is unable to detect by the security softwares or by the human beings. So that's why it is a kind of stealthy nature that we wouldn't be able to detect easily. That's why it is a bit challenging, as well as due to its zero exploit, or you can say zero click exploits, sorry, zero click exploits. So it is difficult and challenging to, you can say, detect or protect from Pegasus spyware, just only because of these two things. That is, number one is stealthy nature and another one is zero click exploits. And in the zero click exploits, I have already told you that we human beings don't have to do anything, and it gets on executed, or you can say it gets on installed into your system or device without user interaction. So this becomes literally very much challenging, because we haven't done anything and it's getting exploited into your system on its own, which can cause a lot of harm to your device as well as your important or sensitive information. So how we can detect and, you can say, protect from Pegasus spyware? First of all, we'll discuss about the of detection of the Pegasus spyware, how we can detect from it. Detecting, first of all, what we can do is, we can use mobile verification toolkit. Use mobile verification toolkit. That basically means we can use MVT, the full form, short form of mobile verification toolkit. And what is this basically? It is a kind of Amnesty International. Like, you can say, it is a kind of toolkit which verifies any kind of attack, or you can say Pegasus traces. It can detect those Pegasus traces available or into your system or devices. That means, this toolkit was basically provided by the Amnesty International firm, or you can say Amnesty International firm, or someone who is in the international terms, and they have provided this. Amnesty International firm provides an open source tool. This is a kind of tool to scan, which helps you to scan and trace the Pegasus. Just give me a second. Pegasus. So this is what you can do is, firstly you can use mobile verification tool, which is provided by the Amnesty International, which is a kind of open source tool, which with the help of you can with the help of what you can scan and trace the Pegasus. This is a kind of especially made toolkit for the Pegasus spyware. Secondly, moving on further, what you can do to detect is, you can monitor monitor unusual device behavior. Unusual device. And now you might be thinking, what kind of unusual device behavior can let us to know, or let us to know that there is any kind of Pegasus spyware into our device or system. Firstly, what you can see is sudden battery drainage. If there is any kind of sudden battery drainage to your system, let's say that your battery is getting drained very quickly of your device, of your mobile phone, so then you can get to know that there is some kind of issue with your system, and you have to till the time it is not, guys, a very very old phone of yours, that like 10 to 11 years or 7 to 8 years, then sometimes it happens that battery drainage automatically gets happened. But if there is any but if there is something like that, that your phone battery usually keeps on working for the 1 day 2 day, but suddenly it is draining very quickly and very easily, that like let's say if it is draining within 2 hours or 3 hours, then you might need to take care of it, and you should always check and monitor that device, unusual behavior of your device. Then you can, moving on further, you can check for is overheating. If your system is getting overheat overheating, very much overheating, and like if you are charging and your phone is overheating, then also you can get to know about it. So another thing is, or unexplained data usage, or it could be unexplained data usage. If there is any kind of data usage, like you're not even using your mobile phone, but there is a like still the data is being used, or internet is being used, and all of these stuff is happening, then this could be a sign, can be a sign of infection, or you can say pegasus Pegasus spyware. Like, guys, as we all know that when a person is ill, let's just take an example. A person is ill, and is infected with a stomach infection, with stomach infection. What usually happens is the body gets heated, right? The body gets, oops, sorry guys. Yeah, the body gets heated. That means you might face a fever, and if you're having a fever, you might also feel a fatigue. That means exhaustion, or you can say body drainage, right guys? That your body feels drained out, and you feel exhausted, and you're fatigued, and your body is heated up, and you're having fever. That's a kind of infection in your body. Like, if a person is ill, then these are the symptoms that we check for, that if you are ill and you're having any kind of infection. So that's how you also detect any unusual behavior or any kind of infection into your device. The same thing works, and the same thing happens in your system as well as in your body. So try to correlate with that stuff also, so that you can get to know how you can detect, or you can understand that there is any kind of infection, or you can say any kind of threat happening into your system, or any kind of attack happening onto your system. So I hope this makes it a bit clear to you guys, and you guys are understanding that how you can get to understand all this stuff. Moving on further, the third procedure that you can use to detect any kind of attack or threat to your system is that check for the suspicious network activity. You can just check for the suspicious network activity. And now you might be thinking, what kind of just give me a second. Yeah, what kind of suspicious network activity could be there, and how you can get to understand that. You should always use tools like Wireshark, Wireshark to analyze network traffic for anomalies or these stuff. You should use tools like Wireshark to analyze the network traffic for anomalies. Yeah, yeah. So okay, anomalies. So to check all these anomalies there into your system, what you should always do is you should keep an eye using the Wireshark, because Wireshark keeps on sniffing and checking the data and analyzing the network traffic coming from one end to another end, and that's how you can get to know whether there is any kind of malicious packet transmitted to your system or device or not, and that's how you would be aware about any kind of threat to your device beforehand. Then the fourth thing that you can use to detect, or you can perform to detect this, is like review installed apps and permissions. Always check and review the installed apps or permissions. Review installed apps and permissions. So to you should always review whatever systems or whatever the apps you have installed, or whatever the permissions are given to those installed apps. So how you can do it, because Pegasus do is what? Pegasus can exploit, or Pegasus exploits vulnerabilities in messaging apps like WhatsApp or iMessage. Yeah, iMessage. And okay, so you should always keep an eye on these kind of stuff, and to take a note that whether these things are working properly or not, and the if there is any, you can say, access given, any unusual access have been recently given to your system, or keep on reviewing the stuff, guys, so that you can get to know that yes, there is any kind of thing that is running in the background which you don't know or which you know about. So you should always stay updated about your own device as well. Moving on further, the last thing that you can use to detect is to perform forensic analysis. Perform forensic forensic sorry analysis. Yeah, so you should always perform the forensic analysis. Like cybersecurity experts use forensic techniques to detect these kind of Pegasus infections. You can also use, but there are several tools that you can use, which I basically don't remember right now, but yeah, you can use these. You can perform a forensic analysis as techniques to detect the Pegasus Pegasus infection. So this is what are the ways that you can detect in order to understand and know about the stuff about, you can say, the Pegasus spyware. Moving on further, what is the second point that we are going to discuss is protection. How you can do the protection of your device from the Pegasus spyware. Number one is you can keep your OS and apps updated. Always keep your apps and operating system updated, like your software. There are always softwares now, guys, that in your system you always get a notification that there is the software installation, the new software is getting installed, or the new software needs an update in your device. So always keep them updated, because Pegasus exploits the outdated versions, exploits vulnerabilities which are like available in the Pegasus exploits vulnerabilities which are like available in the outdated softwares. So you should always keep an eye over there as well. And then secondly, you can do is what? Avoid clicking on the unknown links, as it is a basic thing that you should always keep in your mind, that avoid clicking on the unknown unknown links. This is just a basic thing, so I don't need to tell you about this. The third thing that you can do to protect your devices, that you should use strong security tools. Use strong security tools, right? And what is this basically is? This is basically that you can use endpoint detections, VPNs, or what you can use, email filtering, email filtering so that you won't get any kind of malicious emails, and that could help you to block spyware attacks. And that's how you can prevent your system. And the fourth thing that you can do is to disable unnecessary permissions. Disable unnecessary permissions. You should always disable the unnecessary permissions, like restrict apps which do not need your information regarding the microphone, camera and location. So restrict apps to access to just give me a second, guys. Access to your microphone and camera and stuff. So you should always keep an eye on that as well. And the fifth thing is that you can do is perform regular security audits. Keep on performing regular audits, so that you will get to know about it, and you can trace the spyware and by scanning your devices periodically. So I hope this is clear, and stay tuned for the upcoming updates about cybersecurity trends, threats and attacks, guys. See you in the upcoming video. Till the time, take care. Bye bye. See you in the next video.